Hello, welcome to Secrets of the Stones. Today's stone is selenite. Selenite was given the name Tu Ming Shi, which means illumination coming out stone. It can be white, green, colorless, golden, or orange, and some transparent crystals contain rainbows within them, as pictured below. The name Tu Ming Shi, illumination coming out stone, is a reference to the light it emanates. The name is also a reference to a treatment strategy that was developed by the worm disease school, also called the Wenbing worm disease school, that of out-thrusting qi in order to release heat that has been trapped in the interior. Selenite clears distractions and agitation caused by heat to bring clarity and illumination. It is actually a form of gypsum that is highly reflective. It forms as a result of an accumulation of salt from evaporated salt water. And here are the Great Salt Lake Plains of Oklahoma. Gypsum is a herb known in Chinese medicine as shigao, and it clears heat from the upper body. Selenite generally affects the lower body. Fishtail selenite, which is not covered in this episode, clears heat that has generated wind. It is beneficial for conditions of wind, such as tremors, twitching, spasms, epilepsy, and nervousness. Green selenite clears heat from the skin that can cause wrinkles. The presence of iron during its formation can cause the stone to have a tan color. The ancient Greeks named the stone after Selene, the goddess of the moon. It is believed that selenite was once a part of the moon's surface, which then magically transformed into stone, due to the goddess Selene's sadness. It was believed that sleeping with the crystal at night would help people remember their dreams and wake up feeling refreshed. In ancient Egypt, it was mainly used for fertility and rebirth. Polished into the form of an egg, it was buried in tombs to help guide the souls of the dead into the afterlife. It was used by the ancient Egyptians and Romans to create decorative glass. The Santa Sabina Basilica, pictured above, built by the Romans in the 5th century AD, is one of the few surviving examples of selenite glass. Its official name, selenites, was given by Johann Gottschalk Wallerus, a Swedish chemist and mineralogist, in his 1747 book. Selenite is composed of hydrated calcium sulfate. When combined, calcium and sulfur have a binding and consolidating effect. Sulfur is a soft mineral that has a quick action. It stimulates rapid movement and helps break up stagnation. And to the right is a picture of the crystal structure. Selenite primarily affects the outermost defensive or wei qi, which protects the body from pathogenic factors in the external environment. Its primary function is to generate and regulate fluids in the body. Sufficient fluids help clear heat from the body. Selenite draws heat inward and downward to the lower body so that it can be eliminated with the help of the additional fluids. And here's a picture to illustrate how the fluids, if you could imagine the waterfall as the bladder meridian, which controls the water passageways. The more fluids one has, the easier it is to eliminate them. What are the functions and uses of selenite? Well, it regulates the fluids along the bladder chute points. These points act as water passages and bring the fluids to the spine to help flush out impurities. And here are the bladder back shu points. Only one side is pictured in this image, but they are actually located on either side of the spine, at the highest point of the muscle that lines the spine. And they're located between the the intercostal space of the spinal vertebra, starting at the third thoracic vertebra. They are associated with the different organs. Selenite is beneficial for aligning the posture and for people without scoliosis. It is helpful for chronic tension or pain that's caused by structural issues, especially of the neck or lower back. And is beneficial for phlegm misting the mind, which is a condition caused when the spleen is overwhelmed by dampness and the phlegm rises up and affects the heart, which causes confusion or poor concentration. The stone is also helpful for incontinence. The stone clears heat and returns the warming yang energy to the kidney gate, which is on the lower back beneath the process of the second lumbar vertebra. It warms the lower body as well as this governor meridian pictured to the right. Those with yin deficiency who need to stimulate the yang, which is held in this meridian, the Du meridian, can benefit from moving the qi. This is also beneficial for children who are experiencing poor growth, when they need to stimulate the yang in order to move the qi. So by generating fluids, selenite increases our ability to sweat and release heat from the interior. It may be helpful for acute infections that lead to injury of the nerves or the spine. It nourishes the cooling, consolidating yin fluids, which are associated with the hormones, and is beneficial for skin conditions such as burns, wrinkles, and dryness. This stone dissipates accumulations of cold yin fluids that have occurred as a result of yin deficiency. When yin is deficient, yang is naturally excessive and dries up the remaining yin fluids. Sometimes stress can dry up the yin fluids as well. Selenite is beneficial for fibroids, lumps in the breast tissue, amenorrhea or scanty menstruation, water retention during menstruation, and poor milk flow in nursing mothers. Selenite clears external pathogenic factors from the blood level, which is one of the deepest levels of the body, and is beneficial for toxicity caused by mercury fillings, heavy metals, electromagnetic radiation, and also jet lag. It promotes latency, which is the storage of pathology by the body, which happens when there may not be enough resources to eliminate the factors right away. And it is beneficial for genital infections and when cold dampness be, which is a condition of pain of the joint and sinews that is made worse with cold or humid weather. And this pain will be heavy, and there may be a thick tongue coating if there's dampness. So how can selenite be applied in our everyday lives? Well, it has an orthorhombic crystal structure and an affinity for the Yin Fire temperament or the heart temperament. The Yin Fire temperament is a rare type that occurs as a result of early childhood trauma, separation, or loss of the parents. This type may feel overwhelmed with the challenges of life and feel as though they are not capable of overcoming them. They have fire that is contained within, and does not spread outward, which causes them to have frequent feelings of discomfort. Their minds are restless and their self-expression is internalized, so they may not always say what they're thinking, and they choose to convey themselves through their facial expressions instead. This type is highly sensitive to external stimuli such as sounds and loud noises or lights. They are easily awakened by sounds and may suffer poor sleep. As children, they had different interests from other children and were often misunderstood. They can be pessimistic and have a defeatist attitude. They will often reject attempts from others to change their perspective and remain stuck in their negative patterns. This type, when sick, may be prone to heart problems or high fevers that are difficult to control with medication. Because they have excess fire, if it spreads to the small intestine meridian, the heart's paired meridian, they may have tongue ulcers or digestive problems. And to the right is a picture of the heart meridian, which begins on the inner pinky finger and ascends the inner aspect of the arm, where it ends at the middle of the armpit. This stone does not have to touch the skin directly to be effective. It is protective for pregnant women and can be placed in a bag and worn around the waist during the early stages of pregnancy to help with restless fetus syndrome, which is a fetus that is unstable. You can massage or place the stone on the center of the sternum in a direct line with the nipples on conception vessel 17 to generate fluids and move them upward and outward. This placement encourages sweating and expectoration of fluids. You can massage or place the stone 1 thumb's width above the upper border of the pubic bone on the conception vessel 3 point, when the intention is to direct fluids downward through the urine. This placement is beneficial for addressing frequent urination that's caused by qi deficiency. And with qi deficiency, there will also be weakness, low energy, and the tongue may have ridges and be pale. You can also massage or place selenite on the midline of the abdomen, halfway between the navel and the V shape formed where the ribs meet the sternum, on the conception vessel 12 point, to allow the body to prioritize its distribution of fluids. This placement can be helpful when you have not decided which way you'd like the fluids to be distributed. When placed on the spine, selenite hydrates the cerebrospinal fluids. Fluids help insulate the nerves and enhance reactivity in our encounters with the world. During a stone meditation session, you can hold the stone in the right hand if you're a woman, or in the left hand if you're a man, on the pericardium 8 point, which is located by pressing the middle finger directly into the palm. This point opens the chest and encourages the release of pathology. Stimulating this point during treatment provides a point of focus. It also is a very good point for calming the spirit. With the arm bent, you can scrape the crease of the muscles surrounding the crease of the elbow, halfway between the elbow and the end of the crease, on the large intestine 11 point to clear heat. This point is especially beneficial for clearing heat from the lungs and stomach. You can massage the upper back, chest, or neck to reduce inflammation in these areas with a selenite wand. Place selenite under the occipital bone during a craniosacral massage to balance the cerebrospinal fluids. Using a selenite wand, you can scrape the muscles surrounding the spine. If your intention is to direct fluids upward to induce sweating or expectoration, scrape upward. To direct fluids downward, you can scrape downward, and they will be excreted through the urinary passages. Powdered selenite can be applied to burns to help clear heat. You can add the powder to face cream to moisturize and cool the skin or to relax wrinkles. As mentioned previously, green selenite is beneficial for the skin. Selenite can be combined with Herkimer diamond to make the effects last longer. Herkimer diamond is considered to be a quartz crystal and an enhancing stone. The elixir and stone water should only be used for a short period of time, 5 days or less. While selenite is best applied topically, the elixir can be used for a short time to increase milk flow while nursing or to alleviate the hot flashes or night sweatings when there is a lot of sweat involved. Stone water is easy to make and it's usually appropriate for soft stones. All you do is place a stone of your choice in a glass of water and drink it throughout the day, continuously refilling it. Stone water is not as strong as elixir because it has not allowed to sit, and there is a different process for making it. I will link the elixir video at the end of this video as well. Selenite water can be taken immediately after receiving x-rays or airport scans to chelate radiation out of the system. You can cleanse the stone and recharge it with hematite. Here are some pictures of selenite. Well, thank you for joining me on Secrets of the Stones. I hope you're having a beautiful, relaxing day, and I'll see you in the next video.